representation, they're very bad at it. Very, very bad. Let's say like women in general, I found was just not. I was not impressed whatsoever. Like people like to to take a dump on Captain Marvel, like oh feminist movie, women right on and on, like pushing agenda. I'm like no. After anyone who watches Endgame and still thinks that Captain Marvel is the one that was pushing an agenda is gravely mistaken.
Okay, so like how do you expand on that? Because even like there's people like are often criticized if they didn't like Captain Marvel, they're accused of being sexist. So like, how do you want to expand on that then?
I feel it's more their how they feel towards Brie Larson because she has said some controversial things that people have either misinterpreted or felt wounded by. Understandable. I'm not even debating.
I haven't followed anything for the Captain Marvel press. I just watched the movie.
Yeah, but regardless, I found the movie was fine, and I found it was very balanced. You know, at the end it was like there was Pepper and there was Valkyrie, and then there was Okoye and Scarlet Witch.
Rescue who didn't rescue.
Yeah.
You said Scarlet Witch already?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet. Yeah.
Pretty much all the female characters band together just to fight, and it felt forced because it's not like these characters have connections with each other. The only thing they have in common is that they're women.
Yeah,
and that
really, they all more or less had the same powers as the guys, kind of.
Exactly, like, and this is a large scale battle, and you're telling me that they were all able to find themselves like together to have that one joint attack, like pretty unbelievable, and it's it's not probable, and you can tell it was forced.
Yeah.
Like I saw it, I'm like, okay, and that's the type of representation I don't like because they just did just for the sake of.
Like they chugged it down our throat type thing.
Exactly.
It's kind of random.
Yeah, like Captain.
I liked it, but like it was random. Like it just kind of.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, we have all the female characters here.
Yeah, I really didn't like it. I don't like it when it's forced. Like Captain Marvel, I didn't find it forced. Wonder Woman wasn't forced at all, and I really appreciate they were able to address themes. But Russo's like they completely missed it.
So how would you? Because like people want to know, because like this is not your first rodeo saying the stuff that you say, and so people are gonna ask you. So what would you say then is not forced? If that is forced, how do you define not forced? Like how do you define doing it right? Like what is exactly the right way of doing it right in your opinion then?
I say when it just doesn't appear out of the blue. Like let's say Valkyrie, Okoye, Rescue, or anything had like just a fraction of an interaction before, just the fact that even just saying like, oh, we're an army of a bunch of dudes or something like that, right? If they had the slightest bit of connection to validate the situation that they were in, I wouldn't have had any problem with it. The fact that these people don't even know each other, so it just strikes me
like
like
sure you never met Wasp.
Yeah, it's like they looked at each other like, that's a woman, I need to go help her. Like it's just like why you guys, what logical reason do you guys actually have to come together? Had they even known each other, I would be saying a different story. But it's just like there was no reason that I could think of other than they actually just want to push that in our face.
Interesting. Fair enough. Like I said, I liked it, but it did feel out of the blue. Like I did clap for it. Like I did enjoy it, but
it looked cool.
Yeah, it did look cool. It looked cool.
Yeah, it looked very cool.
It did look very cool. But yeah, I did find it was just like, wait, what? They're just all fighting, and I'm just like. Even all of them, like you could have replaced them with one of the other characters, like Okoye could have like replaced her with like T'Challa or Valkyrie. She can't even fly by herself. She needs her unicorn. Could have just had Thor fly. So
yeah.
Also, you were talking about at the end of Weddings and Falcon.
Falcon. I have a huge problem with Falcon. I don't like Falcon. I literally have.
So you're talking about Falcon the MCU or comics or both?
No, comics I like him. I'm actually very fond of Sam Wilson in comics.
You need to check out his outfit in the comics, by the way. It's fire. That black suit with the red.
Are you talking about the MCU?
The comic version.
Like 616?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking like you were.
No. Yo, if they adapt that for the movie,
it'd be cool.
Right? That black and red?
I thought you were talking about the white and red from.
No. But I do like the way, I will say, this is kind of off topic, I do find like he probably has the most well adapted comic book to movie outfit adaptation. His original comic book outfit, look it up, it's very ugly.
You know what and the way it's like in the comics?
No.
He looks very blue.
He looks like a disco character with wings. With a talking bird. I'm just like, what? Like they actually did a really good job adapting his outfit into the movies. I'll give them that. Like him and Hawkeye are some of the hardest outfits to adapt.
Especially that guy.
right? It took them forever to put the one sleeve though,
Mm.
which I don't know why he has a one sleeve. To be honest with you, but whatever, it's okay. It's okay. It's common,
I'm not questioning it.
right? But yeah. So you. By the way, how did you feel about representation in the comics?
Yeah.
Before you go into like Falcon. Oh man, you're asking me right now?
Well, I'm just saying it was. Like, I agree with you guys. It was kind of forced type thing. It's like, hey, look, like we're representing females. Like, look, we're doing it type thing.
Don't blink.
It's not really cool to do that, but it's like, anyways, it was still a good scene. More or less, it was entertaining, and I still appreciate that type thing. So,
Yeah, same. Yeah, it looked cool, but like it did feel like out of the blue and kind of just like.
Imagine if it looked lame. Oh, that would have been terrible.
Woo!
At the very least, it looked cool.
Right? I was just like, yo, like
It's quite the
seeing
spectacle.
like Valkyrie split a Leviathan, the big monsters that like the T'Challa used,
That
in
was
half. I was
cool.
like, that was sick. I can't remember what Rescue did in that scene, which wasn't rescuing anybody once again, but like I loved it. No, I love the fact that the rescue armor, the repulsor rays are blue.
Yeah.
And it seemed like nanotechnology from what I saw in the armor.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with female power. It's just like, just at least try to build up to it, than just like put it there to put it there type thing. So.
Because they all look cool individually in the movie. Like when Captain Marvel came and just destroyed the Sanctuary too,
Yes.
crazy. When Okoye came in and she just started bodying people with T'Challa and Shuri, that was crazy. When Wasp and Ant-Man came in the tag team to get to the ugly van, that was crazy. What other dope female scenes were there? I really wish Black Widow was alive in that scene. That would have been a good time for her, in my opinion.
Would have been. We knew where she would have been. She would have been in that group.
Pretty much, I could have seen her being helpful towards Wasp and Ant-Man getting to the ship because she knows how to move.
But they might as well just all take off their helmets and like as soon as they group together and just looked at us directly at the screen like, hey. Because literally that's what I felt they were doing. I'm like, oh, hi. you see what's happening now? Literally that's what I felt.
Right.
But so going back to Falcon.
Yeah.
MCU Falcon, I don't think much of him. Like when he was introduced in Winter Soldier, which actually is the only thing I don't like about Winter Soldier, he was kind of like a friend of Cap, but like a friend. Like I wouldn't call him like they
kind of more like an acquaintance.
Yeah, he started with an acquaintance. He helped him out, which is great. And on top of that, when the like he backed him in Civil War, but you just backed him because of his Cap.
But you still wouldn't consider him as a successor type thing.
No,
Not yet.
Because one thing they did build on is the fact that after they went into hiding, the Secret Avengers, like probably they built, but it was never shown. It was never really implied. Like if you look at them, you wouldn't consider them that much closer than when they were. It was just kind of a friendship that was just taken for granted, but there's no basis for it.
Yeah.
Like I would argue that the Falcon's better friend with Winter Soldier than Cap.
That's a stress considering how much like
I think so too, but because they have more of like they have banter, they have more interactions that feel more. They feel more earnest. They feel more like an actual.
especially at the end of Endgame, I can definitely see that.
Like even in Winter Soldier, like they have, they don't like each other, but their connection feels more valid than with Cap. It's built on something.
True.
That's what
Destroying his car.
Yeah, but it's something, right?
Yeah.
If I asked you what's the basis for Falcon and Cap's relationship, what would you say?
Similar past. And how they connected on it. Gave someone. He was someone that Cap first connected to outside of the Avengers in the modern day. So
Exactly, but it's not like they have similar paths, yes, somewhat, but it's not enough. Like let's say like
give him the shield.
Yeah, because going with that, I found that it would have been maybe better to give the shield to Bucky, and I found that last moment with Cap, Bucky got very shafted, and I found that very unfortunate because Steve and Bucky like together till the end of the line, not expecting it. When we took out the shield, in my mind I was like, you're not gonna give it to Falcon, are you? Like, why? What qualifications does he have to like carry the shield?
And I think it's crazy too, cause like the fact that he gives it to Falcon, but like he would do so much more for Bucky than Falcon. Cause like remember in I think Civil War, right? Like he took Bucky's side and fought Iron Man. Like he abandoned Iron Man and defended Bucky instead. And then you're gonna give the shield to Falcon? Like doesn't make.
Like Falcon wasn't very prominent to any of the movies. The only movie he was prominent in was Winter Soldier. Going back to Civil War, main characters were like Tony, Steve, and Bucky.
Yeah.
So Bucky got nothing.
And
T'Challa. But Bucky got like nothing out of that. So he's like, yep. And on top of that, when like he looked back and then Bucky seemed to approve, I was like, why? So had that scene just been by itself, I probably wouldn't be as bothered by it. But then adding the whole female representation done wrong, and the fact that yes, Falcon is also black, and was my problem with him becoming Captain America in the first place in the comics.
Okay, yeah.
Because I felt it was forced. So, and I was like, this is kind of strange. But coupled with what Thor did with the Asgardians, when he decided that he
specifically in New Asgard. I don't even know where they what. I forgot where they put New Asgard. Was in.
I feel it's in the same field where they talked to Odin.
Yeah, I can't remember what country. There's like Greenland.
Norway.
Norway. There we go. Yeah, it was in Norway. Yeah. Yeah, go on.
But when he was talking to Valkyrie, he's like, I'll leave my people in your care. I found that very off-putting because I think Valkyrie was like the captain of the Valkyries in her time. So we know she's a leader, but we never saw her lead anything. And this is more like, she's a leader. Take my word for it. Now, like, whoa, she's gonna lead a people? Like, she's gonna be a queen? I have no problem with that. I was like, it would have been nice to see, going back to what you said, instead of just showing us how it is, you know? They didn't build up to it. Just like, oh, by the way, you're taking care of my people now. You're taking care of my people now.
Yeah.
Which is your people. And I felt that was very, I was like, why? It just felt off-putting. And the fact of the matter is that she's also of color. So those three things put together makes me say that the Russos don't understand representation. Had it just been one thing, I would have overlooked it. Like, oh, okay, well, they just did it for the sake of doing it. But those three things put together really threw me off.
How do you feel about it, Oshay? How do you feel about the representation for, like, you know, Sam seemingly becoming... and for a second, it's changed now because Gabriel and I checked. But if you go to... When we went last night, after we went to see Endgame, I went on MCU Wiki, so Marvel Cinematic Universe Wikipedia or whatever, where you can find all the stuff about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It showed that Falcon was the leader of the Avengers. So, fun fact. They changed it because we checked earlier today, but that was a thing for a couple of hours. But yeah, how did you feel about the representation, like, you know, it going from the current Avengers to like a new set of Avengers, like a all different Marvel, if you will, just like the comics.
So honestly, I just think that Bucky should have got the show. To be honest, this is facts.
Okay.
And I foresee what they're gonna do next with the Avengers movies. Well, not the Avengers movie, like the new heroes, whatever. Still gonna be interesting to see, but there's some things that have to kind of patch up and explain before they get to that. So hope they do it right.
Yeah, I mean, as a whole, they did do a good job. So my faith is still with them. I'll still go see movies. It's just like I loved Endgame. I'm gonna see it again on Saturday and probably a third time. But I feel that a lot of people, they refuse to see the faults in the things that they like because they feel attached to it. So they feel that when they say that, it reflects on themselves, which I don't understand.
What do you mean it reflects on themselves?
People,
you mean like if you say like, oh, I don't like Falcon being Captain America, you come off as like racist sort of thing?
Not in that sense, but more in the sense like, you know, when some people, certain type of character, like they really like something, but to the point that they're unable to see the flaws in it.
Oh, I see it, because you make it part of who you are.
Yeah,
so you make it part of who you are to the point where like you refuse to see flaws, and just like how you refuse to see flaws in yourself.
Exactly.
False perception of reality.
Because some people I see people online they're saying like, yeah, Avengers, perfect movie, best superhero movie ever. I was just like, best event ever, I'll give that. Best movie ever? No. Best superhero movie ever? No. Watch it again. Watch again. Like, I prefer Infinity War. Infinity War for me was beautiful. Winter Soldier, beautiful. Spider-Man 2, beautiful. But to say it's perfect, that's an exaggeration.
Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Iron Man 1.
I like Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. No, I'm gonna take Ant-Man again.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, Ant-Man just struggles because he's always right after an Avengers movie. That's the only thing that hurts his movie, because it's just like Avengers is like really a crossover event. Like, you know, like how you always had this annoying crossover events with Marvel Comics, except like at least with regards to the movies, they do it well in terms of crossover events. And then after, you know, where like literally almost everybody and their mom is in the movie, and Ant-Man's like, yo, by the way, my movie's coming up next week. and it's like some stuff is happening. It's not going to be as cataclysmic as like these aliens taking over the planet, destroying the world, and destroying half the universe. But like, it's going to be pretty up there. Not a lot of people would still die though, but it's not a good thing if I didn't make it. If I didn't succeed in my own movie, could have been bad. You might not have died, but it could have been bad. Come check it out. And so like no one really talks about his movies afterwards because he's had a good trilogy so far.
Yeah, I agree. I remember movies have been good.